Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Vlandis once again. Welcome back to my channel. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. I am going to show you guys 10 questions that I have come up with that can help you build your character with more depth, or these questions can be used to help world build your character so you get a better understanding who he or she is. So I wrote them down, and I wrote down my answers. So I used one of my characters as an example so you guys can see what to do with them. So let's meet your character. What is his or her name? The character I chose to describe today is Adar Rakovic, and that's the name I came up with. So question number 2. Where and when was he or she born? This is kind of a lengthy description, but anyway, he was born in 3923 AAE, which is after Aeolian Empire, in the city of Melindorus, born to a poor family under the guidance of the church. He was given to the church to become a priest at the age of 4 by his parents. So that's to, when you write down where he or she is born, you don't have to go that in depth, but you can, just to have it there in case you want to build off it later. So question number 3. Did he or she have any siblings? Adar, he did. The firstborn died at age 3. He's the secondborn. And his younger sister, Nina, remained with the parents. So you could write it down like that, or you could just say yes or no. You don't have to put little details like that. It's up to you what you want to put into the question. What is the occupation of the character? So this is kind of lengthy. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Just kind of paraphrase. So at age 20, he went to the monastery of Barthomi, and there at the monastery he was raised from age 4 to be a priest, a monk, for the Church of Corel. And during a raiding party, it was a mix of human and orc. They raided the monastery for food and gold, and they held them off long enough for the Red Paladins to get there. And the Red Paladins they're like crusading knights that go around and they help spread the ideals of Corel. During this raiding party, there was a group of Red Paladins that came through. They stopped the raid and they saved whatever's left, and they found Adar. He was over there fighting. He killed the orc leader, and they liked the way he fought, so they gave him the opportunity. Do you want to come join us? And so he did, and that's when he became initiate. So his occupation would be a soldier / monk kind of thing. Question 5. In which social class do they belong to? So this kind of question would be where do they fit in with society, how people look at them, and what sort of things they adhere to. He became an initiate of the Paladins, the Red Paladins, and he worked for 10 years at that, and he was so good at it and dedicated to spreading the word of Corel that they made him an inquisitor. And the inquisitor has a status above a governor or a prince in the society of Corel. So he's now at age 35. He's higher than any governor in the princedoms of Corel. So number 6. Does the character have any habits, quirks, strange mannerisms, or other defining character? This is something that just you can add into your story that he does to make him more of a rounded character. And so the characteristic that I gave him is that he's very loyal to the Church of Corral. He's very loyal to the ideals of spreading the word of Corral, making people understand the basics, the fundamentals, the foundations of this religion. Just an idea to build him out, to build her out. And it gives you something to think about. So number 7, what is the voice like of the character? I put for my character that he has a firm, very crisp. His words are not slurred. They don't have a lisp to it. So he's very proper in his speaking, and it's firm. It's not an airy type voice. Everything he says, it's in the right enunciations. Number 5. Does your character have any physical traits that stand out? If they have scars, how did they get them? If they have tattoos, why did they get them? And what is the meaning? So for Adar, being that he was in a monastery and they had to train him to be a monk, to be humble and to be all this stuff, and being that he was a little kid, he had his rebellious times, and so what they would do is they would beat him with a cane. And so on his back he has scars of lash marks on his back. And he also has a tattoo on his shoulder of a red wolf with the crossed swords in the back, which is the symbol of the red paladins. Number 9, how does your character view other races outside the faith? You could change that up to outside their race, outside their beliefs, outside their understanding, which is fine. But this is just to give you an idea of how this character thinks. He is not accepting of satyrs, minotaurs, valkorians, orcs, hermans, elves. He's highly tolerant of elves. If elves accept the faith of Corel, then he will give them some leniency. So in other words, he feels that humans are the top tier and everybody else is below. So that's his train of thought. He's in that aspect, he's very racist. He doesn't care if you're human. Doesn't matter what you believe. He'll show you more respect than he would show a orc or a half orc or whatever. What is the character goal in their life? This is number 10. This is kind of good to have. You don't have to, when you do the world building or you do the background of the story, you don't have to tell this in the book. You can have it off to the side so you can build his character according to the goals he or she wants to do. But then again, you also could, if he's a villain, like this guy is, I probably should have said that at the beginning of this video, then you can state his goal so that the protagonist can know what the antagonist is going to do. So Adar wants to serve the church and help spread the grandeur and belief of Corel. Later on, he would like to rule a region of the area. So they have in their structure, the Church of Corel has their structure. There's kingdoms that are split up into regions, and sometimes a region will have 2 or 3 kingdoms in it, and a region will have 1 kingdom or 2 kingdoms. He wants to govern at least 3 regions, so that's his main goal. But anyway, so these are just 10 questions that can help you build a character, help you give him some sort of foundation on where to go and what you want to do with him or her. I keep saying him, sorry, I mean him or her, whoever you build. These are just some questions to help you formulate an idea of where you want to be with the character. And I wrote these out as to be not just the main character, but any character, because any character in your book does have a backstory. They do have some sort of meat to them because they have to. If they don't, then they're just a one-dimensional character and they don't mean anything, and the reader that reads it won't feel connected to anyone. So having a understanding of your characters is a good idea. So yeah, I will put these questions in the description. If you guys like this video, great, thank you. If you didn't, do like and subscribe. I hope you guys do come back. If you guys have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave me a question or a comment. Share this video if you like. I do appreciate all of it. Thank you, and as always, stay crafty.